Hey Libra, my name is Nala with Luna Intuitive, coming at you with a reading for you guys for May 19th to May 26th. This is a general reading, so whatever comes out in the cards, that's what I will read. And it's going to be for May 19th to May 26th. Cards were already shuffled off camera to save time, both decks. And yeah, already drew out the 3 cards, and then we'll clarify them with the Modern Witch Tarot. The overall energy for you guys is stand your ground. And I had no intentions on looking at the second card, but I'm going to look at it now because I noticed that this is the number 12. We have 21 here, 2 and 11. This is a theme for your reading, which I'm going to look up those numbers for you during this reading. If I can remember, hopefully I remember because it's very significant. But also the card of sacrifice is out. Okay, let's see if you can see that. So we're gonna work with sacrifice first because it was right underneath your overall energy. The card of sacrifice is equivalent to the hangman energy in the traditional tarot, and it's like with the hangman you're gaining wisdom, you know. A lot of times you're sacrificing yourself, self-sacrifice, and as well as going through the motions, you're getting a different perspective. So we got the card of standing your ground out, and it's like you're being tested and or challenged. Okay, tested or challenged, and it's like you need to understand that no matter what it is, you have the courage and the strength that you need to stand your ground, to stay firm. You got an inner strength and you also have the outer strength, okay? It's like no matter how things appear to be, it's like do not give up. Do not surrender. Do not let go. You want to keep going forward. You want to keep being brave. You want to keep being strong. I feel like with this card, you need to stay true to who you are. You need to stay true to whatever belief system you have. Because like when you're going through stuff that I'm looking at like this, your number one ally is you and whatever belief system you have, the higher ups, okay? So you want to stand true to that like 100%. It's important for you to focus and prepare yourself to literally to just stand alone. Like if you look at this card, he's alone. He's standing there by himself. You look at this card, again, by herself. Look at this card, by yourself, you know, by yourself. And again, by yourself, you know. So it's like you got to be prepared to stand alone in order to get through something. And like a lot of the times the most intense growth that comes with us is when we're doing it by ourselves, when we're going through the motions by ourselves, even though they feel hard and they feel like, okay, I can't do this anymore, it's hard, I just want to give up. That's when you'll get the rawest of lessons, okay? And you're being told to not surrender, don't give up, you know. This could very well be a long challenge, and or it could have been a long challenge, you know, because I feel like a lot of you are pulling through something that you've been going through for a while already. And either way, no matter how long it already has been, don't give up. No matter how done and fed up you are, or if it's just starting, don't give up, you know, like you want to keep pushing through. It's worth it. It's worth your time. It's worth the effort. And you will do it. You can do it and you will do it, Libra. And I say that only because of the way these cards look for me. And I got to keep that there like this so I can remember to look up the 12s. I'm going to look up 12, 21, 2, 11. And then I see 211 here. So I'll look up those numbers for you. But I say that you can and you will move forward and you will do this and you will stick to it and you will learn the lessons is because you got the card of the universe out. First and foremost, this is the last of the tarot. This is like the world card. And if you look at her, the universe, it's like she's literally the center of the universe. Okay? So this card usually comes, like when it's drawn out, it's usually drawn out when either you're on a journey or the journey is coming to an end. Okay? And when the journey is coming to an end, you're now being rewarded for everything that you've worked through. And that's the kind of energy that this card is like. Whatever efforts and things that you put in, whatever work you put in, whatever tears you had to cry, is like now it's coming to an end and the universe is saying, hey, pat yourself on the back, Libra, good job, here you go. And you know, when I look at this card, I look at this card as a symbol of completion, a symbol of peace. Like, look at her face. It's very peaceful looking. It's a symbol of peace. It's a symbol of liberation, fulfillment. You know, it's like now you can be fulfilled. You know, stood your ground and now you're moving forward. You know, it's like, all right, you know, everything that I've worked for is now within my reach. Like literally within your reach. You know, it's like it's here. And you've already worked to this point here, and here everything is right here where the cards is like, where the cards is at right here. So it's like all you gotta do is go to the halfway point and just grab whatever it is that you worked for. It's like that close. So that's what's up. I didn't mean to throw that. Alright, so we're gonna clarify the card 21, the universe for Libra. But I feel like a lot of you, you know, this card, the universe card, reflects that you really accomplished the things that you needed to accomplish on your journey. Even though maybe some of you feel like you're not really accomplishing things, but maybe you've been through an emotional roller coaster. Maybe you've been through a financial roller coaster. But whatever the case is, it's like now things are starting to turn around. This card also represents wisdom, the wisdom that you've gained. I look at the Hangman, I see you know, you're gaining the wisdom. One more. The Moon. So the Moon could symbolize that there are some unseen problems, which when you're on a journey, that's what happens. You know, you come across some hiccups in the road. You kind of, you know, you deal with them or you jump over them if you can. But I'm not really feeling so much that way with this, with the World card next to it. I'm feeling more so as like you're voluntarily changing. You're voluntarily changing your ways. You're using your intuition more. Like if you look at how she's like in the universe, it's like, you know, I feel like that's you connecting and you using your intuition. You trusting your intuition. You're trusting your inner self. Okay? Which is, you know, progress, good progress. All right. Then we got the card out of movement, choices, and decisions. You have options, you know. So now you're at that point where you're making those voluntarily changes. And this is why I said the voluntarily changes. That's what I felt with that, with these two cards together. And you're trusting your intuition. So it's like now you're at this point where you can make the changes that you want, as well as make the choices you want to make. You have the ability to juggle all the demands that are in front of you. Like I look at this guy or this woman, well, it's a guy, but you know, let's say it could be unisex, man or woman. He's looking at all these windows. It's like you have the ability to juggle all the demands that may concern money, may concern a business, decisions, or project that you're trying to create. And it's, you know, in this type of energy here, it's important for you to stay flexible. Okay? You don't want to get stuck in the energy where it's like it's just this way. You want to stay flexible and open to seeing different ways, you know. I also feel like with this card, you need to stay focused, because when you have a lot of options, sometimes you kind of like lose focus. You want to stay focused and you want to stay flexible. So some of you, I look at this, it might be money, it might be a partnership, you know, it might be growth, spiritual growth, the different things. Like there's different things that you could be focusing on here. I look at the partnership, you know, the rings here. You don't have to do it alone. That's what I just heard. Just heard a car horn beep, and this is completely away from the cards. Somebody somewhere got something going on with the car. Maybe there's something, the car broke down and you need a loan to fix it, or you don't have the money to fix it, or the insurance is not fixing it. Don't really worry about the situation. It's gonna resolve itself. All right, back to what I was saying here. But I see the wedding bands, and I think of partnership. So it's like you don't have to do all of this alone, even though you could. You definitely could, but you don't have to do it alone. You could reach out for advice. You could reach out for some type of assistance. But I feel like if you do reach out for advice or assistance, let's say you're creating a project, okay, and maybe you got to patent it or something, and you know, get a license and things like this. I don't think that you should tell all. Tell what needs to be told to get the assistance that you need. You know, give the information that's needed in order to get what you need. You know, but I feel like you just never should tell all. You know, but that's another story there. But either way, you want to take your time in making decisions. But not so much time where you're kind of like stagnant. You want to take your time and carefully make the decision, but not in a way where it's like you're sitting on it for days and weeks. You know, you want to think about it and then make the decision. I feel like if you decided to wait longer, like to make a decision, it's like the longer you wait, the longer it will be before you can move forward towards whatever it is that you're trying to move towards. You know, you want to notice whatever connections that you have in your life. They're connecting with something that you need, if that makes sense. And you want to also try to pay attention to your connections in order to avoid future conflict. Because now that you know, when I go back and I look at this card, unseen problems, maybe there's some conflict. You know, so if you pay attention to your connections and how you are with those connections and how they, you know, how they resonate with each other, then those unseen problems you could avoid. Okay, let's clarify movement and choices and decisions for my cards are upside down. Yes. Okay, so we're going to turn them upside down. We got the High Priestess out. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. There may be secrets that may be revealing themselves, the unseen problems for some of you. I don't feel that that's for all of you. I feel like if there are some unseen problems, you want to, I just said this, how did I word it? I worded it something like, notice the connections with everything, as this will enable you to avoid future conflicts, did I say? Future problems, conflicts, same thing. But you want to pay attention to those connections because those are your unseen problems. You want to trust your intuition on that because the secrets will start to reveal itself. You got to pay attention and then things will start coming through. Maybe you'll figure something out online. I don't know. But you want to trust yourself first and foremost. You want to trust yourself and use your intuition. Okay? That is the strongest thing here. Now, again, in the beginning of this reading, I said to you, your biggest allies are you and the higher ups. Remember that. Your biggest allies are you and whatever faith system and belief system you have. Where do you think you'll get the intuition from? It comes from you, but from where? From the higher ups. So if something don't feel right, believe that. Okay? Then we got the card of balance. This is the Justice card in the traditional tarot. And I feel like you need to balance yourself. You need to have harmony with your inner self as well as your outer self. The physical world, is like, this could be associated with love. This could be associated with, I don't know, relationships, whether it's, friendships, relationships with your siblings, your parents, business, or even like a career, even a career. You want to keep faith when it comes to these types of matters. When faced with certain decisions, you want to keep some sort of balance. And I feel like if you just ask yourself these simple questions, like if you get a decision, okay, I found out some secrets. I don't know, maybe my lover, or maybe my mother or my father found out these secrets, and you go and you face the decision. It's like, okay, I found out this secret. This is the decision that I want to make. If you are emotionally balanced with the decision, mentally balanced, physically balanced, and spiritually balanced, if it all says yes, then go in that direction. But if you say you got emotional, spiritual, and mental, but physically you feel butterflies in your stomach and you're not feeling so good, that means that's not the right decision. So you want to ponder the decisions. Remember, I told you that you want to make the decisions, like you want to ponder over them. Take your time pondering over them, but not too much time where a week done went by and days went by. It's ponder it. Take your time thinking about it. If the four don't connect spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, if they're not all aligned and agreeing, then you know that that's not what you should be doing. That's the energy that I feel with this card. This, if you do it that way, it'll allow you to be rational when it comes to your decisions. It'll allow you to be logical when it comes to your decisions. You got to remember to be honest and be caring and be responsible for whatever choices that you already have made, that you are making right now, and the choices that you are making in the future. Okay? You want to own it, basically. Because I feel like you're going to find out something that you may not want to find out, but it's like you got the strength to deal with this. I don't think the universe or God or whoever it is that your belief system follows is going to give you a situation and see, look at this. I seen it through the camera. The Eight of Wands, so you got information coming in, and I don't feel like the information is something that you're going to necessarily like. But you have the strength and the courage, inner strength and outer strength, to handle this, Libra. This is not a big deal. Don't cave. Don't collapse. Don't give up. Okay? Let's get a card for number 11, the balance card. Oh, there we go. King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. This is safe to say that that's your energy. The King of Swords. This is, he's very strategic. Remember, I told you to think about what it is that you need to think about. But don't take take your time thinking about it. But don't take so much time where too much time goes by. You want to make the decision, take the time, think about it, make the decision. This king is very strategic in his thought. And he's extremely intentional. So, whatever that you have to make a decision on, remember, I told you. You want to be honest, you want to be caring, you want to be reasonable. You want to be responsible. And you want to be those things for whatever choices that you make, whether it's past, present, future. You want to own your shit. Part of my speech. So you make the decision, you're going to stick with it because it was logical. This was the best thing to make. This was the best way to take it, to make the decision. Well, this could be with a job. Maybe you deciding, maybe I should leave this job. Maybe I should stay. This could be with a lover. You know, I see the rings here. Maybe I don't want this partnership, or maybe I'm going to get married. You know? But either way, you want to use your intellect here, but you don't want to take too much time. You want to think about it and decide. Think about it, make the choice. And like literally just do it just that way. Let me see if I can get these numbers out. Number 12, and mind you that I didn't even notice that that was underneath there. Number 12, keep your thoughts positive about the future, as what you are thinking influences your future. This is a message to keep faith and hope and strength, because these are strong determining factors right now. Again, your belief system, you know, keeping that belief system the way you are your ally and your belief system. And making whatever choices and decisions. And wow, we got it 2 times out. Number 21. Let's see what that says. The angels are working behind the scenes on your behalf right this very moment. You can help support the angels' work by saying positive affirmations, and believing that whatever you desire is already manifesting. Number 2. Everything is fine. I did tell you was going to find out something, so that number 2 definitely, number 2 also speaks of balance too. But number 2, everything is fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. Right now, you may not very well be feeling those feelings of hope, okay? The angels are there if you ever need help. All you got to do is ask, say a prayer, whether it's to God, the angels, whoever it is that you rock out with. And let's look at number 211. 211. Now is the time for you to rise above any seeming problems and ensure that every word you speak, write, or think is as possible as positive. You are manifesting very quickly, so you want to ensure that you are focused solely on your desired outcomes and not dwell upon any fears. Wow, that just makes a whole lot of sense. That one makes a whole lot of sense, because whatever unseen problems, whoever this one is for, that you're finding out and you have to use your intuition and you actually got to think and make a decision on, I told you, you want to make sure, and I forgot how I said, you want to be honest, you want to be caring, you know, you want to be responsible, you want to be reasonable for whatever decisions you make, whether it's past, present, and future. Those things are positive things. You want to look at things on a higher level, not on a lower energy level. And everything will work out fine. Okay? So that's what I have for Libra. Alright? Until next time. Peace.